Hello guys, welcome to my vlog of the Honda XBlade 160. Company launched this bike initially in the year 2018 alongside the very popular Honda CB Hornet 160 and the Honda Unicorn 160. The bike uses the 160cc single cylinder engine, which is the one used both on the Honda Hornet 160 and the Unicorn 160, but obviously with a different state of tune. The current generation model of the Honda XBlade is different from the first generation model in two different aspects. Firstly, the current generation model is offered with a fuel injection system, while the previous generation model has a carburetor system. Like you can see on this bike, it gets a fuel key. Secondly, this particular color has been discontinued on the Honda XBlade 160. Company offers four different colors: a red, a matte blue, a silver metallic and a steel silver. The current generation model will cost you 1,36,000 on road Kolkata for the single disc variant, and for the dual disc variant it will cost 1,45,000. But both the bike gets a single channel ABS. As you can see at the front, the bike gets a robotic headlamp setup with halogen indicators, windscreen. Here is a telescopic suspension. এখানে reflector আছে সাইডে, a 276 mm disc, MRF nylon grip tire, 80/100 section tire, tubeless obviously. The fit finish of the bike is extremely good. See the panel quality. The panel breadths are very minimal on this bike, which is typical of a Honda. From the side, as you can see, the design is extremely good. The bike uses the same platform, the same chassis and the same engine used on the Hornet, but with some cosmetic changes. So here, as you can see, the instrument cluster. Instrument cluster switch on kore dekhabo. The quality of the switch gears are okay, not that great. The quality of the mirrors are also okay, not that great. Here, as you can see, the switch gears quality. The company does not offer a engine kill switch on this particular model. জানি না কেন এটাতে ইঞ্জিন কিল সুইচ আছে না, বাট Honda Unicorn 160 তে obviously ইঞ্জিন কিল সুইচ আছে. As you can see, if I turn on the instrument cluster, it is a fully digital instrument cluster. It shows information like the RPM meter, gear position indicator, speedometer, distance covered, time, and obviously a fuel gauge. Below, the indications are of neutral light, the ABS light. Here is the Honda logo, and it also gets two switches. This is for I think trip A and trip B. Yes, as you can see, as I press the switch, it includes information on trip A and trip B. So the instrument cluster looks decent. The fuel tank capacity is 12 liters and the reserve tank capacity is 1.9 liters. The bike will easily return you a mileage of around 50 to 52 kilometers per liter on real world scenario. So the riding range for the bike on a full tank capacity is around 500 to 580 kilometers depending on the riding style. নিচে দেখতে পাচ্ছি এখানে ফুল কি আছে, বিকজ ইট ইজ এ কার্বোরেটর বাইক, 160cc ইঞ্জিন. দ্য ফুট positioning are good, okay for a 160cc engine. Here is a monoshock suspension setup, 160 badging. Actually the quality of the panels are really good. From the rear, the grab rail design is very good for a commuter segment bike. The rear gets a LED setup, halogen setup. These are halogen setup. The rear tire is wider than the front tire. The dimension of the rear tire is 130/70 and 17 section tire. And as you can see here, the chain is not covered. It is a dual barrel exhaust. As you can see, it's good. The dual barrel exhaust. The bike gets a alloy, and at the front you get a Kickstarter on the bike like on the Unicorn 160. Here is a BS4 badging because it's a BS4 bike, and rest vlog I will share while riding. Before starting the vlog, I would like to request everyone, please wear helmets and take safety measures. Don't take any risk while riding. So let's start with the vlog. The bike uses a 160cc single cylinder engine, which is used same on the Unicorn 160 as well as the Honda CB Hornet 160. but obviously with a different state of tune. In this bike, the low end grunt is really good, the mid range is also great, but the top end, there is nothing called top end. The 160cc engine on this bike will deliver you a peak power output of 13.67 horsepower and 14.1 Newton meters of torque. Actually, the torque output is similar to that on the Unicorn 160 as well as the Hornet 160, but due to the different state of tune, the Unicorn 160 generates a lesser power of 12.67 horsepower as compared to this XBlade 160. On the bumpers, the suspension setup is little bit on the stiffer side. The seat comfort could have been better, the cushioning could have been better, because on city use it might give you some trouble on bad roads. The bite of the discs are good, the feedback is good, but the problem with this bike is that for a 1,30,000 bike, the bike gets only a single channel ABS and a single disc, while companies like Hero and Bajaj Pulsar are offering bikes at 1,30,000 with dual discs. So Honda could have offered dual discs on this XBlade 160 because the engine is extremely good, the bike is extremely popular among teenagers. The engine is typical of a Honda, a supremely reliable buttery smooth engine that does not have any vibration in any part of the rev range, but if you take it to the top end, there will be some vibrations at the top end, but it won't be troubling you while riding. For city use, this is a great bike because this bike will return you a fuel efficiency of around 50 to 52 kilometers, which is pretty good for commuting, and on a full tank, the bike will give you a riding range of around 500 to 580 kilometers. For a commuter segment bike, actually it is great. The bike directly competes with the Hero Extreme 160, Bajaj Pulsar 150, and Honda actually discontinued the CB Hornet 160, rather launched the 180cc Hornet to give it more room for this bike. This bike sells alongside the Unicorn 160, but it's more advanced because it gets a LED setup and a fully digital instrument cluster with a better ergonomics and design. The design is extremely good, extremely great looking design. After riding this bike, I felt some positive bits of this bike, like the fuel efficiency is extremely great for a 160cc engine. Second thing is the visual appeal of the bike is extremely good. Third, Honda offers a great service network. Fourth, the engine is extremely reliable, which is typical of a Honda. There are also some negative points that I have identified on this bike, like the suspension setup could have been better. It offers a stiff suspension. Company should focus on offering a well calibrated suspension, which is good for commuting, is because mainly the users use this bike for city driving only, hardly they take it on highway use. Secondly, the front LED headlamps are not that effective for night use. They do not offer that bright light for night use. Thirdly, the switch gears quality are good, but it could have been better because Honda is known for offering great quality panels and switch gears. Rather, all things are great, like the fit finish, there are minimal panel gaps for the 160cc commuter segment bike. So my personal verdict is you can choose this bike if you are going to purchase a 160cc bike, because this bike is extremely reliable, smooth, and typical of a Honda. Honda bikes are extremely good for city as well as highway use. You can go for this bike. So that was all my review of the Honda XBlade 160. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe this channel, and help me grow the channel. And on reaching first 1000 subscribers, there is a surprise vlog waiting for you all. Thank you.